Hello and welcome to the Happy Lifestyles podcast. My name is Louise and I am your host. I am incredibly grateful to have you here and that you decided to give me a listen. If you are looking for knowledge on ways to enhance your life by educating yourself on topics related to your health from a holistic perspective so you can make informed decisions based on what is best for you and your individual needs to help you find your own unique happy lifestyle, then you have come to the right place. Today we have episode 6 where we will be talking about the immune system. Wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope that today's episode has served you in one way or another. Hello everybody! Okay, first off, I want to say I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I recorded an episode. Honestly, it's not because I haven't wanted to or I just haven't wanted to get on here and talk, basically. It's just that I live in a studio place and it doesn't even technically have a bedroom. And since my partner and I are at home full time, both of us right now, sometimes it's hard to just find some time alone at home without him here. So, not that I don't mind him being here, not that he cares if I were to sit here and record an episode. I just like being alone for this because I just, I don't feel like a weirdo with him in the background, or maybe there won't be any noises. And then on top of all of that, I finished my 300-hour yoga teacher training last weekend, and I had to finish a project leading up to it. So surprisingly enough, even though I've been at home, I've been really, 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 really busy. So thank you for your patience, everybody, on recording a new episode. I'm really excited about it, and I'm actually really excited about this week's topic, the immune system. So I want to start off by saying that if you're listening to this, this is a really interesting topic right now, the immune system. So it's no lie that COVID-19 is something with a weakened immune system. It can really affect you. Respiratory issues as well. If your immune system can't go in and help and protect your lungs, like you could get hit really hard with this virus. But if you have a strong immune system and your lungs are pretty good, like you're more likely to not even realize you had the virus in the first place. So there's a lot of stuff going on social media, a lot of people just trying to take advantage of the situation, to be honest. So I do want to start off by saying there is no cure to this virus. There is absolutely no cure. There is no product or things that you can take that are going to prevent you and protect you from this virus. So just be mindful of that. However, there are ways, and I saw a post, and I won't say where I saw it, that said there's nothing you can do to boost your immune system. I'm sorry, but that is not true. You can do things to support and boost your immune system through your diet, through supplements, and just, making sure that your body has the nutrients it has to function properly. So just be really mindful if someone comes up to you and says, hey, I have the solution to coronavirus and I have something that's going to protect you from it or is going to cure you from it or whatever, like red flag right there. Be like, no, thank you. If they're coming at you with that, but if you come across something and it's saying like this supports your immune system for this reason, maybe take a closer look. But just be really mindful about that, guys. I unfortunately, in any situation, there's going to be people that try and take advantage of what's going on with their words and what they have and out of fear. So just be careful. And if you're listening to it and you're one of those people that are utilizing on people's fear, like, I don't know, you need to rethink about what you're up to and where your values are at and, kind of maybe where your moral compass is pointing. But again, that's my point of view on it all. And so don't listen to me. But the immune system. So let's talk about the immune system first off. So what is the immune system? So the immune system it's your immune system. It protects you. It helps fight disease. It helps keep germs out. It helps things not attack your body. The immune system is really amazing and it works really hard, literally 24/7 to protect you. So it's really important to protect the immune system and to make sure it's working properly, because when it's not working properly, that's where we get diseases, we get sick, we get, there's inflammation in the body, which that is a whole other thing. And maybe I'll do another episode on inflammation in the body and what that can create, but there's more inflammation in the body. And sometimes also if our immune system is basically on overdrive, like it's working too hard all the time, and it doesn't have like the nutrients it needs to be working hard, and it doesn't have the support it needs to be doing what it needs to be doing, that's where some other diseases can also develop. A lot of autoimmune disease, basically not all of them, but as a blanket statement, the body attacks itself, the immune system attacks itself. So we want to make sure our immune system's working good, so we're healthy, we're not sick, we're able, our body's able to do what it needs to do to fight diseases and all of that. So it's really important to make sure that our immune system has what it needs, and we'll talk about what the immune system needs in a minute. But first I wanted to talk about what a weakened immune system could do, and signs and symptoms that you may have a weakened immune system. So just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a naturopath. I can't go in and tell you that, your immune system isn't working. And even then, if you've been diagnosed with something and it doesn't feel right in your gut, maybe question it or go see another person for advice. But there's symptoms, right? So the body, you're meant to feel good. Unless you have a disease that you know about, with the signs and symptoms that come with that disease, you are meant to feel good. You're meant to have energy. You're meant to sleep and wake up feeling rested. You're meant to feel healthy. You're meant to have energy. You're meant to, feel good. And so if you don't have these things, and there's things going on, you've got rashes or whatever, and we'll go through, like I said, we'll go through the symptoms of an immune system specific, but at any point, if you don't feel 100% all the time, that's your body sending you symptoms, right? So your body's trying to tell you that something inside that you can't see, and you can't just open yourself up and be like, oh yeah, my immune system isn't working properly. Hold fingers to your temples, oh, tell me, body, what's wrong? It's giving you signs and symptoms, but you're going to have to dig to find out what they are. So if you have any of these signs or symptoms, just be really mindful of it. Take some notes. If it goes on for a long period of time, definitely ask more questions. But humans, we go through waves, especially if you live a high stress lifestyle, or you're someone who exercises really intensely all the time. We're going to have days where we're sore and where we're tired, and that's our body just telling us we've been going for too much, or we've been studying too hard, or we've been working too hard, whatever it is. So sometimes the signs and symptoms are that we're getting are just little things hey, you need to slow down and take a day off this week. And sometimes the signs and symptoms are hey, your immune system isn't working, or hey, your gut health isn't there. So let's talk about what signs and symptoms can we see from immune system, but also what a weakened immune system could cause long-term, short-term in our body. So the first is sleep. So if we have a weak immune system, then our quality of sleep is going to weaken. And when our quality of sleep weakens, our body's ability to protect and heal itself goes out the window. And so one of the most common causes of a weakened immune system is poor quality of sleep. So you might still be sleeping for 8 or 9 hours, but you're waking up and you're just so groggy, and you're oh God, I overslept. But really you probably underslept. You slept for 9 hours, but maybe there was only an hour of quality in there. So that's kind of one of the first ones, a good sign. And it's funny, a lot of these symptoms and signs, or even the effects of a weakened, and we'll stick with immune system, is that our, the cause of why we're feeling like this is also a sign / symptom all at the same time. They kind of overlap. So it's really interesting. So another thing of deprived immune system is we have a lack of protein. That could be a cause of why our immune system isn't working properly. And then so, for example, if you're someone who maybe has poor absorption issues or your poor diet, and you're gonna feel that. Like if you work out a lot, you're going to feel that, like you're going to be like, oh my God, like I'm not healing. Or even if you don't work a lot and your body kind of feels sore, like that's a sign that, you know, protein's going in and your immune system's not working properly, and, you know, these things aren't repairing. It's kind of interesting that our immune system, well, all these systems, they over tie, right? Like, oh, okay, I'm not absorbing protein properly, my muscles aren't repairing properly. Like, it could be poor digestion, it could be lack of proper good quality protein, it could also be like our immune system not working properly. Like, there's so many things that could go wrong with our immune system. Another one that our immune system is probably pretty obvious. If it's weakened or not working properly, we get sick. And like everybody that's listening to this, you know someone that's always sick. Like anytime something goes through the town or city or wherever you live, they catch it every time, like without a fail. You're like, I know this person's gonna get sick. Like I can think of at least 3 people on the top of my head. Like as soon as I say that, I'm like, yeah, they get sick every single time. So that's an obvious sign, like getting sick. And it's not a bad thing to get sick. I just want to say, like, if you chronically just catch everything, then, you know, that's a sign that your immune system's weak and you're going to want to boost that. But sometimes we do get sick. Like, you know, we've had a stressful week and we came across someone who was sick and our immune system just didn't have the strength to fight it. It's not always bad, guys. Like, if you're someone who doesn't get sick often and you get sick, just embrace it. Lie down on the couch, drink some broth, like have some tea, rest, sleep, read a book if you feel okay to read a book. Like, take time off work. You know, it always, and like anybody who's a go A type like myself, you know, maybe it doesn't come in the form of an illness, but it comes as like fatigue to like no other level, or a broken bone. Like, you know, when the universe literally forces you to slow down with something, embrace it, guys. And if you're someone who doesn't normally get sick and you get sick, like just embrace it. Like be like, okay, like this is bad timing. I like have some shit to do at work, but embrace it. Take a hot bath, get some essential oils, get your partner to rub some, like, you know, some minty, refreshing thing on your back to help soothe you, like whatever makes you feel good and relax in a time when you don't feel great. But if you are someone who gets sick like every month, then you definitely need to think about boosting your immune system. When our immune system is not working great, like that has a huge effect on our digestive system. And when it has, you know, when our digestive system isn't working properly, you know, that has a whole line of things that happen. We know we don't digest food properly and we get gas. We don't digest food properly and we don't absorb our nutrients properly. There's leftover food in our tummy that hasn't been digested properly, and that finds its way into our bloodstream, which has an effect on our immune system, which has an effect on our, you know, like different microbes being in the body and just like feeding bad stuff, inflammation. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons why we want our immune system strong, obviously, but digestion should be a huge part of that, because when food's not being digested properly, just it means we're not absorbing nutrients properly, and it just means like that just sets off like a whole list of other things. And just like as a little side note on that, like my I'm doing all my case studies for school. I'm almost done, guys. But I'm doing all my case studies right now, and like digestion is the most common thing that like 99% of the time I've had to loop it back around to that like someone's digestion's not working properly, and then this is having effect on, you know, whatever reason they're there or they're filling out the form. So we want digestion working. When our immune system doesn't work properly, our digestion doesn't work properly. So it's definitely really important for that. When our immune system isn't working properly, that can show up as skin stuff. So eczema, acne, psoriasis. Like our skin is the biggest organ in our body, right, guys? So when there's stuff showing up in our skin, that is a huge sign that something's going on, and that could be a sign that maybe there's something going on with your immune system. Let's see what other, I make notes because if I don't make notes I get distracted. So a stress can be have huge effect on our immune system. It can actually just turn it off. Stress is actually a huge cause of a lot of issues for all the systems of the body, but for today's podcast purpose, we won't talk about stress too much, other than to make sure that you are managing your stress, because that also has like a vicious cycle. Like when you're stressed, it affects your immune system. When your immune system's not working properly and your body's just not working properly, that like can set you off onto like being more stressed than you need to be, because your body doesn't have nutrients and your nervous system's all like, it just like keeps going around and around and around. Other things that can weaken our immune system: food and environmental pollutants. So you guys have heard me talk about GMO and organic food. I think maybe I don't know where I've talked about it. I'm sure I've talked about it on this podcast, and I haven't yet. I will at one point, but the importance of just making sure that the quality of our food is like as organic and GMO and free and like close to home as you can get it. I know it's not always possible as far as like finances go, or just like where you are and your situation, but as much as you can will have a huge effect on your immune system. Things like antibiotics that go in and just kill your happy gut. Oh gosh, I say weird things. I like, just as a little tangent, like just even teaching yoga, sometimes you say stuff and you're like, I don't even know like where that came from. Like I don't know where my brain thought that was okay to say that sentence. Anyway, your healthy bacteria gut gets destroyed by antibiotics. Part of your immune system is in your gut, and so when our immune system when our gut's not working properly, or our gut's not turned on, like things aren't working properly, that's going to have a huge effect on our immune system. And a couple other things that can affect our immune system is a lack of exercise, guys. Like this is huge. Did you know your lymphatic system, which is a part of your immune system, cannot move? Like it can't drain, it can't like flush its way out unless you move your body. Fun fact. So you need to be moving your body, guys, and it doesn't need, and I'm not saying go to the gym and lift weights or like go for like a like, I don't know, stupid long run every day. Like just get your heart rate up a couple days a week, go for some walks. Like, walking is a great way to move your body. Do something, some yoga, anything. Just move your body, guys. Put on some music and dance. Like, doesn't need to be that over the top. And some other things also is a weakened and stressed liver. We'll talk about the liver in a different episode, because that's also like so fascinating. I've learned so much about the liver doing my case studies, but it directly impairs the immune system, and I'm not going to go into it, but also drug use that can have a huge effect on it. So some signs and symptoms of an impaired immune system, I know I said that's what I was going to say before, but I'm going to say that now, is those reoccurring colds I was talking about. If your wounds are slowly healing, so the clotting's not happening and you're kind of bleeding a lot from like a little cut. Inflammation stuff, so eczema, like the swollen knuckles could be a sign. Allergies are a sign of and symptom of an impaired immune system, autoimmune disease, fatigue, so like hardcore fatigue, like when your body feels just like heavy, like you want to pick it up and it feels like it's like 100 to 200 pounds heavy, and you're like, oh my god. So and then herpes outbreak is also a sign of immune system, and that could be like just like cold sores on your mouth as well. So there are some things that we have that we put into our bodies, and it basically just weakens or shuts off our immune system like right away, like instantly. It's like, I forget what the fact was, but it was like a teaspoon of sugar turns off your immune system for like 2 hours, like refined sugar for 2 hours or something crazy. I remember reading that and being like, holy shit, like that doesn't sound good. But some other immune system suppressors other than sugar, alcohol, caffeine, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are so bad, guys. Like props to people that are trying to have less sugar, but please don't replace it with artificial sweeteners. Food sensitivities or food allergies. So, you might not know it, but you could have some food allergies or sensitivities that you have no idea about, and you're still eating these things, and that's attacking your immune system. Not chewing your food properly, so having undigested food, like I mentioned before, smoking, and just like allergens in your house and all that stuff, as well as exposure to mold and fungus. So, I live in Revi, and then there's a lot of old houses here, and there's a lot of mold in a lot of these houses. It's a damp place, so, that could have a huge effect on your immune system. So, wow. Saying all that, it's like, oh God, maybe, some people might hear that and be like, oh my God, I'm doomed. You're not doomed. There's a lot of ways that you can support your immune system, and a lot of simple ways through your diet. So the first is just eating a healthy diet, guys. Like that's kind of the key to all of it. Is eating a healthy diet and doing your best to eat a balanced diet. And I say doing your best because I was talking about this with a friend the other day, that it's actually really hard to do that sometimes because we just don't really have the education for it yet. And I say yet because, like, it's not hopeless and there is information out there, but I realized, like, as I've been doing my course, like, it's the information is just so saturated, and it's not really in depth, and we do our best. So do your best. Point of that story, like, do your best. I'm really good at just training out with my thoughts onto this, so I'm sorry, guys. Some really other awesome things you can do to support your immune system directly through your diet is make sure that you're getting complete protein. So kind of back to what I was saying, do your best, and complete protein's a really important one, and I'll do a protein specific episode because I love that topic, actually. But just if you're a vegetarian, just be really mindful that you do the research, like, what is a complete protein, and do your absolute best to get all those essential amino acids in a 24-hour period. And then if you're non-veggie, like, do your best to quality meat, like happy meat, eggs that are happy, free roaming eggs, like, from hens that get to run wild. Like, you can open up an egg and look at the yolk and tell the difference, like, even from like free range to free run to like full organic hens going wild. Like, you can see the difference. So just be really mindful of that. A couple things that you can eat is fresh garlic and onions. I know that's maybe a hard one literally to swallow for some people, but garlic and onion, like their nutritional value, what they do is they go in and they will fight like the bad stuff in there, and then also the selenium will support your immune system. Avoid foods that you're sensitive to. Like, if you know your body doesn't like dairy, don't eat it. It's not going to support you in any way. Like I mentioned before, avoiding coffee, tea, caffeine, sugar, alcohol, artificial sweeteners, all that stuff. Do your best to drink pure water. So a lot of us live in places where we're just drinking tap water. Some of us are lucky that a tap water situation is a little bit better than others. If you live in the city, or like the water's really heavily treated in your area, I suggest getting like a carbon water filter, or even like a Brita little jug to start off with. Like, it's better than nothing, but start somewhere filtering your water and maybe getting like an alkalinizer. And I can do a whole episode on water as well. Increase your fiber, soluble and insoluble fiber. You need both for different reasons. Do your best to avoid trans and hydrogenated fats. Increase your refined and simple carbohydrate, decrease, not increase, decrease your refined and simple carbohydrates, and a lot of dark leafy greens, chlorophyll-rich foods are also super good and supportive for the immune system. Some vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you really want to make sure that you have because they directly support your immune system. Probiotics, so eating probiotic-rich food, or if that's really hard for you, a probiotic supplement. But if you're going to get a probiotic supplement, just be mindful not to have it all the time, because then your body only knows how to get probiotics fed to it and not produce them themselves, and you want your body to produce its own probiotics. And then you want vitamin A, E, D, and B vitamins. The minerals zinc, selenium, iron, copper, and magnesium. Make sure you have essential fatty acids, especially omega-3. A lot of food that we eat, the ratio's off there. It's usually higher omega-6 than 3, but we want higher 3 than 6. And you can make sure that you have some other antioxidant nutrients like bioflavonoids, carotenoids. I'm really bad at saying words sometimes. Coenzyme Q10, lipoic acid, and then other stuff too. Another really great thing that I love is oregano oil. Like when I when I think I'm getting sick, I can just drop it into my mouth, but I know that's really intense. But make sure when you're getting oregano oil, it's oil of oregano as well, not just straight up oregano oil. You're gonna burn yourself. So there are some other things you can also do to really make sure that your immune system is supported. Is you can exercise, get sleep, and find like a really great sleep routine so you're not staring at your phone right until you go to bed. Like, have a solid 30-45 minutes at least, maybe an hour before you even get into bed and look at the screen. Some people are a little more sensitive to the screen than others. Make sure you're getting all the nutrients that you need in all your meals. You want to improve your blood circulation and your lymphatics. So again, exercising, but like hot tubs or saunas or that hot and cold water therapy. What else can we do? Obviously, lessen your exposure to bad things like cigarette smoke and other pollutants, and really like just spending time outside is also so good for the immune system. It's good for just like on like an energetic like heart level. Like when you spend time outside, it helps ground you quite literally, and like on like a, I don't know the word I'm looking for, like in your heart and your soul. Keep your body clean with the food that you put into it and the things that you put onto it as well. So like your shampoos and your face wash, like start reading those labels out of curiosity. So just basically limiting the amount of pollutants that you're putting your body into contact with. So there's kind of two paths you can take with your immune system. You could boost it by giving it things that help to boost it, but you could also have things that actually help support and build it. So like it helps it come in there and make sure that the builders are there, because then they're able to help in turn boost the immune system. So again, probiotics, protein, zinc, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, essential fatty acids, vitamin B, immune boosters. So these ones don't build the new immune cells, but they will come in there and kind of like, I think of it like holding the hand and helping and pushing the immune system out the door. Like, come on, buddy, you got it. And so you got to be really careful if you have an autoimmune disease, though. You don't really want to do immune boosters because you don't want to stimulate your immune system any more than it already is. So just be really mindful if you have autoimmune disease to maybe not go down this route. But you want antioxidants, all antioxidants, so vitamin A, C, E, D, selenium, zinc, copper, the sulfur-containing amino acids, bioflavonoids, carotenoids, and yeah, you want to make sure those guys are in there. But again, just be mindful if you have autoimmune disease, you have to be really careful with those nutrients. Garlic is so good, guys. It's such a good immune booster. Aloe vera has very high levels of vitamin C and some other stuff as well. Whew. And then what else do I want to talk about with the immune system? Oh gosh, I don't even know. I could sit and talk all day. It's just an interesting topic, I think, with everything that is going on in the world. I think there's people kind of trying to take advantage of it, and people, just totally numbing to it at the same time. So, and everything in between there. But a couple of things that I want to leave you with that you could put into your cupboard that'll help. Turmeric is really great. It has anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial. It's detoxifying, and it's so good for your digestive health. Apple cider vinegar, for some people, they like, Vince can just like take the apple cider vinegar and like drink it out of the bottle, and I'm like, ugh. And if that's not for you, like a tablespoon in some hot water is really nice. You could add it into your, like if you're making homemade salad dressing, apple cider vinegar base is so good. Ginger is something that you can have in your cupboard that helps to support the immune system. Organic yogurt or like coconut yogurt. If you're going to do non-dairy, just read the label. Just be careful. There's some nut yogurts out there that just are full of bad stuff. And then there's other stuff out there like the coconut yogurt. I found one the other day that like it really is just like the basically same ingredients as regular yogurt. So just be mindful, read the label about that one. But yogurt's so good because the live cultures in there are full of happy probiotics for your tummy. Vitamin D. So vitamin D, you can actually, you don't even, I suggest taking a supplement maybe if you live somewhere that doesn't have access to sun, like it's not a very sunny place, or depending on the time of the year for you. But if you can, about 20 minutes outside, as much skin as you can get into the sun, and use a little bit of sunblock as well, a lighter one to help you, or a heavier one if you're someone who's very sensitive to the sun. For your protein, just again, do some research, but some plant-based ones are tofu, lentils, chickpeas, peanuts, almonds, quinoa, chia seeds, hemp seeds, beans, rice, preferably whole wheat rice. And you can add some citrus into your diet for some vitamin C, like grapefruit, oranges, tangerines, lemons, limes. And, just get on the internet and do some research. Like, you just type in Google and say, like, okay, I feel like Louise said this, whatever thing, vitamin, mineral, something that I said. And you're like, oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. Let's go on Google and find out. Okay, let's Google what foods that's in and put more of that into my diet. So, anyway, I think that's probably enough information for today. Enough of Louise rambling on for today. But just be mindful, guys, that you can support the immune system and the whole body, really. Like, it all goes around. I'm sitting here talking about the immune system, but there's so much that I said today about the immune system that also affects, your digestive system, the blood, the muscles, like all of it. So you really, like, it all circles around at the end of the day. So just be mindful of that. And take care of yourselves, guys. Stay healthy out there. Eat things that are good for you, and they're going to boost your body instead of weaken it, especially in a time where you want your body to be strong. But I also just honestly believe, and you can ask any of my friends, I've had this conversation with them. I was like, when this virus came out, where people who have a weakened immune system, among other things, but like these people who are supposed to be air quote healthy, have weakened immune systems. They don't realize it until they catch this virus and it puts them on their butt. I was hoping that it would be a wake-up call for people that we just need strong immune systems. Like, these people on the outside look healthy, but we don't know what's going on the inside, and their immune systems could just totally not be working, right? So I hope that this, with what's going on in the world, there's a lot of lessons that can come out of it. And one of them being to take care of ourselves, to take care of our bodies, our only body. We only get one. Like, it doesn't matter what you believe in, guys. You only get one body. That's a fact. That is a fact as far as we know. And we don't even know until we leave this world and we go beyond, and whatever happens, happens. But you get this one beautiful body as far as you know. Like, treat it good. You treat it good, it's going to treat you good. It's going to let you do what you want to do when you want to do it. So treat it good, guys. Anyway, that's that. I promise I won't wait 3 weeks or a month or whatever to record my next episode. But thanks for tuning in. I hope that there was some value in today, and it served you in one way. And even if you only got to take away one tidbit of information, I'm stoked. So have a great day, guys. Oh, I do want to mention, if you're listening to this, my lovely friend Alana and I are starting this 21-day Love Yourself Club on Wednesday, April 29th. You don't have to start it on Wednesday, but if you started like a week later or whatever, that's fine. But We're just doing something fun. We're going to prompt you to drink water, to monitor your food, a love yourself activity every day, so self-love activity, and to move your body. And we really wanted it to not be super time consuming. So if you're listening to this and you want to join us, let me know. Just send me a message on Instagram or Facebook and say, hey, I heard about your Love Yourself Club. I'd love to participate, and I'll add you into our super private Facebook group for it. And have a beautiful day, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and sending you all the love.